everywhere. I got the opportunity and the privilege one year to go to the motherland, and I would encourage, how many of you have ever been to Africa? I would encourage each and every one of you to come and go to Africa, because I'm thinking I'm Mother Love, colored girl, Afro American, Negro, what are we, black, women of color, whatever we are, I would be that. And I'm thinking I've got it going on, I remember coming up in the project, I was born, I found out I was born till I was 15 and my mama wasn't driving no car. So I couldn't even tell you I knew we were poor, because I didn't think that. I thought we had everything. And I realized when I went to Africa, the connection that so many of us are missing here in America from our native land, from where we come from. Yes, we are Americans, but just like the Irish come here, and just like the Asian people come here, and Japanese and the Philippine people, we are the only people in this country that was ripped and stripped and raped of our heritage, of our legacy. And I'm here to tell you, they did that back then. We got to reclaim that. We got to connect with that. I went to Africa, and you ever wondered how come we can go into the bathroom and not know each other? What's your name? Ramonda. So Ramonda, we could go in the bathroom, and me and you could be standing in the bathroom, washing our hands, look up in the mirror, and come out, and we know all of each other's business. And and you don't know that. That is an innate trait in black women. The women in Africa connect to one another. If this is sick, that's why the chief had 15 wives. If one of the wives is sick, all the other wives are going to take care of them. If one girlfriend doesn't feel well, they're going to take care of him. If your baby is sick, we're going to nurture your baby back together. Back in the day, for you young kids, way back in the day, that was only like in the 60s and 70s. Because I was so, well, mind you, from way back in the day. But I remember growing up, and the women in the neighborhood took care of each other. They nurtured each other. I remember if I acted a fool, I could just be switching. And Miss James be, well, what you doing? You ain't got a hip, and you don't walk like you got some sense. And please, whatever you do, Miss James, I'll stop switching. And please don't tell my mama I was switching. Please. Because if your mama got the hair by you cut up out in public, you know you going to get it from Miss Jenkins, because she liable to pinch you, pop you on your butt, grab you by your ear. You better not open up your mouth. Talk about you going to call no lawyer. A lawyer going to check you, because you know your mama and Miss Jenkins. And then your mother. We have to get back to that. We're in all this modern technological advance. We got all these new medications, all this new technology, and we are dying at an alarming rate because we don't want to talk to each other. We don't want to share information with one another. I'm here to talk to you today about a disease that is killing us. It is literally killing us at an alarming rate. We have more people in our community suffering from type 2 diabetes. I just got a question. By a show of hands, how many of you have or know somebody who has diabetes? See, this is what I'm talking about. And just about everybody, and you got to raise your hand too, because you know me and I got diabetes. Okay, this is taking us out at an alarming rate, because we, in our community, what do we call it? Oh, it's just a little sugar. This is a little sugar. This is a little sugar. Diabetes is not a little sugar. Little sugar is a peck on the cheek, something that you really like to have, and it's making you feel good. Diabetes does not feel good, and it is taking us out. We are and especially African Americans, more of us are on kidney dialysis. More of us are going blind. We are losing our eyesight. More of us are suffering from lower limb amputations. More of us are having strokes. More of us are dying of diabetic-induced heart attack. My mother died at 59. My father at 31. My sister at 51. My brother at 39. Nobody in these are my immediate family. We started out 8 of us. There are now 4 of us. Well, I have to say 4 3/4, because my baby sister, they amputated her leg. She has type 1 diabetes. My mother had type 2. My older sister had gestational. You name the diabetes, we got the diabetes in our family, because they kept saying it's a little sugar. And I'm like, if a little sugar is making you go blind, causing you to have a heart attack. They cutting pieces parts. What the heck is a lot of sugar gonna do to you? And I don't know about you, but I personally am just way too fabulous to have pieces parts taken off of me and to go blind because I have to see how cute and charming, make sure my wig is I'm gonna do cheese thing first. And I'm gonna need to be able to look at that out of my good eye. So we have to take a proactive approach. You know, when we go into the doctor, most of us still kind of fear the doctor, you know, so we figure, well, it's not really bothering me now, I won't go to the doctor. Okay, and how many of you know what the symptoms of diabetes are? Well, let Mother Love school you. Just those of you who don't know, and for those of you who do know, make sure you share the information. The symptoms of diabetes are excessive thirst. So if you're drinking a lot, you gotta pee a lot. Excessive urination. If your skin is itchy, if you find yourself cranky and depressed and you can't figure out why, if you're having trouble sleeping and it doesn't have anything to do with menopause, pregnancy, or menstrual cramp. Let me make that clear, because you got a cramp that's going to wake you up out that bed, you're going to be like, Lord, take me. You're having menopause, you're sweating bullets, you're pulling clothes off, standing in front of the window with the heat on. Trying to get a breeze with the heat on. Trust me, the young girls are going, what is she talking about? Baby, when you get to be my age, you're going to remember this conversation. You're going to be like, my love told me I was going to be in front of the fan with the heat on. Because you don't know whether you're hot, you're cold, you don't know whether you can crap or go blind, you don't know what to do. All you know is you want them clothes not touching your skin. If it's not that, if your skin is itchy, if you gain weight or you lose weight unexplainably, I gained 40 pounds. I gained 40 pounds. I knew where every bathroom was between Pasadena and Central City in California. I would knock on strangers' doors. How you doing this morning? Oh, no, yeah, I know, but can I use the bathroom? I gotta pee right now. I gotta go right now. And you can't hold it. You start seeing little spots in front of your eyes. If you're sitting up there and you know you haven't been sitting a long time, and your legs or your feet start going numb, you know how you can try to tap the light back in it, or your hands are going. These are all symptoms of diabetes. Go and get checked. Have somebody check. And if you say, well, you know, Mother Love, it's a rough climate, my job took away my medical insurance, you know, I got limited insurance, I have no insurance. Every single community, including this one, has free health care. Hospitals have them, churches have them, clinics have them. Most of the time when they do them health fairs, they giving up like $1,000 worth of free tests. A blood glucose test, they'll do high blood pressure, they'll do bone density, they'll do all kinds of things. Oh, yes, they will. Yes, they will. They sure will. They'll even give you a tetanus shot if you need one. So we have to take advantage of the resources, and if they don't have a health fair in your community, sound like a job for a soror to me. Put it up, you know how we are. Sigma Gamma Rho, greater service, greater progress. So, we can be of service in our community. Put a health fair up. Trust me, you can call any hospital, clinic, church and say, hello, my name is so-and-so such and such, and I'm with Sigma Gamma Rho, and I would like to do a diabetes health fair in my community. You'd be surprised the people who will open up to conspire for your success because you're sharing the information. We've always, as sorors, when we see a void, we feel it. We don't stand back and go, oh, that's a shame we can't get a health fair over there. We get a bunch of sorors together, girl, come on, what kind of resources you got? You know 5 people, you know 5 people, you know 5 people, let's get them over here. Pretty soon you're like, oh, Lord, this is just entirely too big. Okay, we ain't think it's going to be this successful. I think we better plan this a little better. Get some more sorors in here to help us out. See what happens. Technology, sometimes it just get on your last nerve.
Let me call you right back. Let me call you right back. Let me call you right back.
He don't care. He don't care. And this is the same guy. I could be in the bathroom. One of y'all call, it's your soror. I'm like, can you tell him I'm in the bathroom? It's your soror. Here, talk to her. And all you hear is me peeing. He does not care because he knows anytime one of my sorors calls, you got carte blanche access to me. That's your end. And then you have to do the noise for me. Do the call. I know y'all young ones can do it. Come on, do the call for me. Oh, wait a minute, she can do it. She can. Forget y'all. Now, okay, now y'all go. Come on, now y'all do this. 1, 2, 3. I love that. That is so cool. You got that on tape, baby? You got the sound on tape, too. Oh, that will be going on the website. We will be downloading that. But it is just so important for us, whatever information, positive information that we have, that we share with each other, that we let each other know what's going on in one another's lives, that we can support one another. Because, like I was saying, the women in Africa, these women, they gave me such a sense of sisterhood in the 9 days I spent with them. I'm gonna tell you this story. Because I have type 2 diabetes, we have a tendency to get what they call skin disruptions, the sebaceous cyst, and what our grandmama and them call boils. Well, I was the walking puff boil freak person. Every month with my period, that was the first sign. Don't videotape this, honey. I would get a boil. I would maybe get 5 good days out of every month because I would be so miserable. And that was a sign that if I didn't change my eating habits, but I didn't know this, we don't know if you're getting boils, that's a sign of diabetes. So we were in Africa. It was a sister there, and I told her she saw I was miserable. I had a boil under my arm. This sister came in. She laid me down on the bed, her and my husband, this chick clean, this massive boy, let me tell you, they looked out for you. I could have had to go to the hospital. Any other time I had to go to the hospital, get it cut open, get it drained, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, she put some Africa, some kind of mother love African stuff on it, and did a hammer voodoo dance on my armpit. Look, I was walking like this the next day. But we have to ask one another. We have to stop being catty with one another. You know what, we don't do that in this sorority, but you know, outside of the sorority, when you see a woman and her face is all balled up, you know, instead of saying, what's wrong with her, why her face all tore, maybe an encouraging word, maybe a kind arm, maybe sometimes just a friendly smile, maybe just a, hey girlfriend, you all right? You need anything? Anything I can do? Even if she says, no, get away from me. I ain't got nothing, ain't none of your business. That's okay too. But you put yourself out there and you opened up yourself for her to receive you. Now, if she pushes you away, that's on her. But more often than not, she will welcome you and come into your arms. Just be prepared to hold her. And sometimes, that's all we need. We just need to be held. We need to know that we matter to another human being. And you know, your family matters to you, but you know how family have a tendency to take advantage of it. Well, yeah, you just going to be there because that's what you do. And you always show up. And you always deliver. Who takes care of you? Who nurtures you? Who's concerned about how you feel? That's the whole purpose of the sorority. That's the sorority. That's what I thought. And that's the way that I present that. And that's the way that I receive that. As your soror, I'm always here with open arms. I'm always here to share information. I'm always here to share love. I'm not going to meet a strange sister. We might not know each other, but I'm going to always be your sister. This is the one organization I have loved, April 13, 1971, when I went over the second time since you bought it up. Don't tell me nothing. I got a broke refrigerator. You know, I'm telling them, oh, that'd be a good point to tell them. They haven't heard that. I started pledging at the Ohio State University Delta Phi chapter with one of my friends. You know how you go online with your friends and everything. But I really kind of wasn't in it because I was into all the organizations. My girlfriends were Deltas, AKAs, Zeta Phi Betas. I hung out with the Qs, Kappas, the Sigmas, and the Alphas. I hung out with the I Felt the Phi, Me Phi Me, You Phi You, you name it. I hung out with the Phi Beta Kappa people. And them some really strange people. Upper echelon group, you know, there's the smart brainiacs one. They came to my room too, knocking on the door, you know. I'm like, but you the Phi Beta Kappa people? Yeah, but we got to talk to you. We need to talk to you right now. Take me out the bed. Girl, can you come on? I think I got, can you look? Grow me, can you look at this? I think I got fire shooting out of it. Can you? I don't want to look at it. Well, you will tell me. That's how I got the name Mother Love, because they call me Sister Love, because the guys would come down, look at this chick, be like, I think she bit me on my breast. Do I got BD? What you think? I think I'm pregnant. Oh, Lord, and I don't know whose baby it is. And I'm like, I am 17 years old. This is like way too much drama for me. You know, I got this big booming voice, so they think that I know what I'm talking about. I'm like, okay, you gonna ask me for my opinion? Well, how attractive you gonna be that you gonna get up and be pregnant by somebody you don't know who the baby daddy is? Now that's just nasty. And she would go, yeah, that's right. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Do I have a baby and wait till it come out? I'm like, yeah, if you want to go through that kind of drama, but you got to do what you got to do. I cannot make a decision for you like that. I'm just trying to explain to you what your options are. And they would say, you know, you like the big sister I never had. My mama would never tell me no stuff like this. I just love you. We gonna call you Sister Love. I'm like, listen, when you sober up, talk to me. And then the day my son was born, I went, I'm not Sister Love. I'm Mother Love. I can rope you that. You know, sometimes a vision just come to you. You're like, I could work with that. And honest to God, I swear I saw this full-blown woman at the end of my bed with this pillbox hat on, big, ballsy, brassy, sassy chick, twirling her gloves, talking about, oh yeah, Mother Love, now you got to have some credibility, because what you going to do with that child? You can't lie and BS your way through that. Now you got to be real. Now you got to be correct. Now you better know what you're talking about in life. I am screwed! I held this baby upside down, turned him over, flipped him up. I looked all in between. I didn't find no instructions. Megan.
Oh, yeah.
Get all the baby books. Get everything that they have. And then after you read it all, when you hit labor, all that crap going out the window. I was trying to be there with that whole thing. Motherhood is the most serious job I have ever. It is the most thankless. Your children become ungrateful. They're like, why are you ruining my life? Your teenagers make you realize why some species eat their young. And you understand why you just, you know, so all of us that made it past teenagerhood, you thank your mother and every other woman who nurtured you to this point. Because see, by all rights and sense of purpose, I should have been dead and y'all should have never knew who I was. Because my mother would try to, she said, I'm going to stomp on your neck till you cough up blood. You say that to a child, now you're liable to go to the penitentiary. I said, I'm calling six kids on you. What you mean I can't go out with my boyfriend? So put up 15. She's like, here, let me dial the number for you. And I had brothers and sisters, and you don't know why y'all do this to them. If you got a bunch of brothers and sisters, one of them act up, they call all the kids, and all y'all line up, call you by your whole name. All the Michael Franklin, Marcia, Brenda, everybody come down here right now, because this is for the law for mine. She said she gonna call kids on me. Now, she called kids, I'm gonna let them take her. But y'all got to go with her. We didn't do nothing. Well, you better get this one in check. You got 6 kids, 5 other kids surrounding you on the beat down. You kind of humble up a little bit, or you get out really quick. I left when I was 17 because I said, you know, my mother is she's just a crazy woman. How can she possibly tell me anything possibly about a man? She knows nothing about a relationship. She has 6 children. What does she know about men and sex? Because, you know, she got it from the Cabbage Patch, you know, or wherever the babies came from. They didn't come from her, you know. And we don't look at our mothers like that. We don't look at them as we look at them as infallible people. They are beautiful, select human beings who do the best they could to nurture us through womanhood. They do the best they can with what they have. I'm telling you, I thought my mother was the stupidest person on the planet. Till one day I woke up and it was a miracle. I saw it was a miracle. The woman was a genius. Everything she said came to pass, every word that came. And then I found out, and trust me, all you young men, it's going to happen to you. Mark my word. You're going to walk past your man, your house, you ain't even thinking about your mama. You're going to see your mama in the mirror. You're going to hear your mama coming out your mouth. You're going to see your mama at the other end of your room. Oh, that is not, no. I ain't said nothing like that. I never would have thought I would have told my only child, I will slap you into the middle of next week, and mean that. Now, you just take a visual. Your mama going to slap you into the middle of next week. Now this here is Saturday. So in the middle of next week, that's like Wednesday, Thursday. So you been I'm talking about she done went all the way back to Detroit. And, this was my favorite. I'm gonna slap the black off you. Y'all see how black I am? A whole lot of slapping. I'm gonna hit you so hard on the top of your head, I'm gonna bust the skin under your toenail. That's friction happening. This was one of my all-time favorites. All-time favorite. I will cut your head off and piss down your neck. My mother said, now when your mama telling me, my mother carried 38 and she had 6 teenagers at the same time. And she would say, oh, y'all too big to beat. I'll pop a cap in one of y'all. I remember we're all sitting there with 6 people in the house in the project. You know, that's a small, confined area. So everybody could only have one friend over at a time. So that meant there could only be 12 us and one friend. Okay, well, all of us had one friend, and my mother had younger brothers and sisters that were more like our brothers and sisters as opposed to being our aunts and uncles. So they're all I mean, it was like 4 of them. Barbara, Sydney, Tony, R.D., and 5 of them. All of us, so that's like us 6, and them 5, that's 11. And they always wanted to leave my grandmother's house and come down and to my mama's house. Because we was wild and undisciplined when my mama wasn't home. But here she comes, and she kept saying, I told y'all to shut up, y'all making too much noise, y'all making too much noise. We was she came out, did not tear y'all. Boom! She shot a loaded 38. It had to be 16 of us in there. If I tell you 16 teenagers, I never seen nothing tighten them up so fast. We was like this. And it was like something out of a cartoon, because if you've ever seen anybody shoot through a plaster ceiling, the plaster's going to come down like a little light. So we were like in the core group. Of course, I was in the core group of the troublemakers. So she just shot through the ceiling, and the dust had just raining down on my head, and all of a sudden everybody looked at me. And they went, it wasn't me, Ma, it wasn't me. I knew then, if this woman is willing to put out a loaded 38, it's time for me to get a new address. She might shoot one of them. And it wasn't going to be me. And that's when I woke up and I said, you know, she's not. This woman is a genius. Because I was saying, you know how you try to stand toe-to-toe. Stupid as it was, it was real. Try to stand toe-to-toe with my mother. She's telling me, you have to take care of your body, baby. You just can't be going out here doing anything. You know, you got to exercise, you got to eat right. You know, we can compromise our health. I'm like, she was like Miss Peach on Peanuts. And I'm standing there trying to have a concerned face, and I'm like, I'm so waiting for her to shut up, because I got to go, my boyfriend wait with the good health thing. Did it come back to haunt me? Absolutely. Pay attention to your elders. They're telling you things not to control your life, but to make your life better. And that's what I want to do. I'm working to make our lives better with this insidious disease, so that we know what a normal sized portion of food is again, so that we understand the importance of good nutrition and good health. I mean, it freaks me out when people see me, they're like, oh my God, your mother lost from Forgive or Forget? Gee, you lost a lot of weight. Like, I can't tell. I go, yeah, well, how much weight did you lose? Well, I tell them I lost 111 pounds. Well, what'd you do? Get the book and you'll find out. It's got the good, the bad, the ugly, the really ugly, and the whole big end of it with a ray of hope, a big ray of hope in it. Because that's what I want to tell you, more than anything. Not about this, well, I do want to share with you the statistics of diabetes, how we are dying at an alarming rate, how we need to learn to take care of ourselves and nurture our body and love who we are, where we are, so we can get better. It's not about how long you live, because first of all, we ain't God, and when He say your numbers up, when He call you, that's it. I don't care if you're an infant baby, I don't care if you're 812 years old, when He call you, that's it. And trust me, life goes on without you when you're not here. The world will keep spinning. Might not be as much fun without me, but still, it'll keep spinning. It's the quality of your life. I look at the quality or the lack thereof in my younger sister's life. She will not learn how to set up on her prosthetic. She's lost her eyesight, so she